Have you ever had one of those mornings when everything that could go wrong did go wrong? Well, that's how my morning has started today with even computer issues. So I'm a little bit late. I hope that's okay with you. But we are going to have fun this morning because the Tesla narrative is taking yet another positive shift. And the narrative about the economy is also noticeably shifting. And there we're going to be talking about this morning. The market has room to run. Tesla has room to run. And I'm going to be talking about both of those things this morning, as well as giving you my estimates of what Tesla is going to end up looking like today. So is Randy Kirk, if you like this morning session, hopefully in the future, a lot closer to my 7:10 goal than to the maybe 8 o'clock by the time you're seeing this, then hit the like button. You're going to want to subscribe and notify. I'm telling you, the most incredible show I've ever done is coming up Sunday morning, and you're going to want to be notified and reminded about that. And even before then, tomorrow morning, I've got I got Larry Goldberg back. Larry Goldberg is a really smart guy with a very big background in business, a venture capitalist. You've seen him before, really, really good. And we're going to be talking about the general economy and where things are going with the economy and with the market. And then, of course, Patreon, all of this information that I've been doing recently about updating my analysis of every single division of Tesla. All of those are up at my Patreon now, and there's a 7-day free trial. Okay, let's jump into this. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit scattered this morning because, it's been a nerve-wracking morning. All right. First of all, sell all your shares in Bank of America because someone allowed this stupid press release to go out. Are you ready? Tesla shares. They said that even the headline was badly written. The Tesla share of the U.S. electric vehicle market will drop to 18% by 2026. Bank of America analysts estimated in a Tuesday note. That would be a significant drop from the 62% share of the market that B of A reported that Tesla had in 2022. Yeah, duh. If you follow my show, this is just stupid analysis. It makes no sense. Tesla's share has to drop. At one point, they had virtually 100% of the U.S. market. As there are new entrants, we've talked about this before. If you've got 100% of something and somebody comes in with even 1 unit, then your market share drops. Tesla's share will drop. It's Elon Musk's expectation and his plan that Tesla shares drop. He can't do all of the BEVs that are going to be needed in the United States or in the world. 25%, 20%, that would be just fine. That's about exactly where I believe that Tesla will end up when it's an all EV world. Anyway, B of A says they expect the market to shift significantly from new entrants because, the incumbents are going to be coming in. Well, duh, they are. Ford and General Motors and Toyota and all the rest. Everybody's going to be in the game because that's all that's going to be made. And yes, it is shameful that these folks would clickbait a useless statistic that is just wrong and gives people wrong impressions and wrong decision making. Now, let me just give you one more thought, though. It will eventually matter what Tesla's BEV share is. When it's all BEVs, or when it's nearly all BEVs and the ICE age is over, somewhere around 2027, 2028, then it will matter because it will still be the overall market that we're talking about. But at that point, it'll matter. Before that, as long as the ICE age is still even getting 20%, it's not going to matter. So please watch out for those headlines. It's just a crazy headline. Well, when the analysts start changing their price targets upward on a company, that is a very good thing. And that is what's happening with Tesla right now. When they're moving those targets 50% higher, that's an incredible thing. And it's it's absolute evidence of a serious shift in sentiment. So the shift in this case is with Tesla. And it's starting because people are starting to acknowledge that Tesla is not just a car company. Tesla's AI strength, some are talking about that. Some are talking about the FSD story. We even had an analyst the other day talking about the value of superchargers eventually being $100 billion in a bull case. Even the energy storage news is now getting covered, even though it's not very sexy. Well, now we have this. RBC Capital has reiterated their outperform rating on Tesla, but they raised their price target from 212 to 305. In the note, they said, we believe that robo-taxis, are you ready for that, could potentially transform society more than anything else in our lifetimes. Well, they're going to have to think about Optimus. Anyway, we conservatively assume 25% Tesla robotaxi penetration in the US. So they're only going to get 25% of the robotaxi business in the US. Well, once again, probably initially they're going to get about 90%, and then it will slowly come down. I don't know if it'll ever get down to 25% because they may end up really dominating this particular category. It's not the same as building automobiles. You just have to turn on the automobiles. And when they get the robotaxi thing figured out, they're going to turn on 4, 5, 6, 7 million immediately. Now, not all those people are going to put their cars in the robotaxi fleet, but a large number will, I believe. Here's another report out by Daiwa Capital. They raised their price target from 185 to 285, another 50% increase. Two different companies coming out with 50% increases. Well, do you think that's going to affect the stock? Well, heck yeah. And in fact, let me just take a quick look to see where it is right now. We'll take another look at the end as we usually do. But right now, Tesla's up $6 a share. It's been up just a little higher than that. I'll tell you more about that at the end. All right. Well, I'm a bit shocked that those who are starting to get Tesla are not even mentioning Optimus. That's the biggest prize of all. Optimus is going to be equal to the sales and revenues and profits of Optimus are going to be equal to all of the other divisions combined, according to Elon Musk. And it makes total sense. If you do the numbers, that's what you'll see. You might want to take a look at a video I had a couple of days ago on my Optimus numbers going forward into 2030. So as I've mentioned before, the negative news on Tesla and Elon is totally dried up. I mean, you could count that Bank of America thing as negative news. I got a negative tilt to it, but it wasn't really a big negative article. There's a few really badly written articles still, some out-of-date articles, and some have really badly misinformed writing. But really, the negative news has gone away. That's another indication of this sentiment shift. If you are on Twitter, I have a little parody in here by this guy named Glenn. I guess his name is Glenn. He's on Twitter at G16 little n big G LEN. So anyway, it's a very weird symbol. He calls himself Parody of Myself. You might want to look him up. Anyway, his parodies have just been fabulous, and I couldn't help. I know I've built this up way too much now. Now you're not going to think it's funny. He says, breaking news, Toyota to adapt Tesla supercharging NACS network to fuel its ICE vehicle customers. So anyway, well, you know that I don't typically do parody, and I don't also do negative news on Tesla because I just can't think negatively, but I am thinking that Tesla is slowing production. No, they're not actually slowing production. What they're slowing is their ability to maximize their production. So yes, they'll still sell at least 2 million cars this year and probably closer to 2.1, but I think my 2.2 is going to come off the table because I'm seeing that everywhere I turn, they haven't started shoveling any dirt yet at the Reno facility. They haven't started shoveling any dirt yet at the Mexico facility. They just announced that they have they're not going to do Saturday shifts in Berlin, and they're not hiring quite as many people, even though they say they're on target in terms of their planned capacity. I don't think so. Well, they might be on target in terms of their planned capacity, but I think they could be doing more, and they're damping it down just a little bit. You're noticing that, yes, with the Model 3 changeover, whatever that's going to be, Warren Redlick is saying he doesn't think it's going to be Highland. What? Anyway, whether it's Highland, whatever they're going to call it, there's obviously going to be a change. And we hopefully will still see that in the month of June. But that is slowing capacity. So they're having to give a lot of incentives to move out the old Model 3s before the new Model 3s come in. Just all little bits and pieces of evidence. It isn't affecting the stock because why? Because the stock market now believes that Tesla will do 2 million vehicles this year. I'm still counting on them doing at least 490 this quarter. I'm starting to shade that a little bit. I'm thinking it might be 460. I'll make my decision here in the next week whether I'm going to actually drop my estimate for the second quarter. All right, so that's a little bit, yeah, take a look at that. Toyota's in the news. Well, they should be in the news. They should be in the news all the time. They're the largest maker in the world in terms of unit volume. They've topped Volkswagen now, and Volkswagen has no chance, I don't think, to get to be bigger than Toyota ever again. Well, maybe because Volkswagens do a better job on BEVs. We'll see 2, 3, 4 years from now. Anyway, their stock is up on the announcement that they will have a BEV platform in 2026. I know that's really, really, really late. And yes, it is old news. That's not part of my news show today. I'm just reminding you that happened a few days ago. What is in the news is that they've said they're going to build a brand new battery, some new batteries. And the Japanese government is going to chip in a cool $850 million to help them with that project. So that's, that's a pretty big piece of news. So Toyota, yes, late. Yeah, probably not going to be a real player in the BEV business. Okay, what about the overall Tesla narrative? The future is what the public is beginning to believe, what the investing public is beginning to believe is that the future is bright, that Elon is actually a good guy, he's a genius, that he's probably a one-in-a-century individual, that there's more to Tesla than cars, and it's a one-in-a-century company. More are starting to get this, and the result is the sky is the limit. We're moving up sharply. What about the overall business narrative? The market is saying that the U.S. economy is going to be okay. No soft landing, no hard landing, no negative quarters probably. But that's what the market, I believe, the market is beginning to believe. Inflation is over. I think the market believes that. They don't believe the Fed saying that inflation is still a big problem. They believe business is okay, maybe not great, but okay. And they don't think there's going to be any more Fed rate increases. They just don't. Okay. So this morning, bonds were up a little bit. Let's double check that. Let's take a real quick look and see how things are performing this morning. Tesla is still up 6.25. They've been up a little bit more than that this morning. The market, the Dow is up 107, the NASDAQ up 22, S&P up 13. And let's take a quick look at the major things that I like to look at here. The crypto, by the way, I think crypto, this is a sidebar. I think crypto might be over. It's at 25,000 and it has been stuck there and it ain't going anywhere. And there's not a lot of action. I think there might be, the crypto whole idea might be starting to die. Oil is up barely this morning, still at 71, so still very much in the low end of the trading range. I would expect that to continue. Bonds are up. 10-year is up 0.059, and the 2-month is up also about the same. The 2-year is up even stronger. So the divergence continues. This is so weird. But all the bonds are up a little bit this morning. I say they're still in the trading range. I would, if the 10-year goes over 4, that'll change everything. It'll change my mind. So in general, I would say that the market believes things are okay, and that's a good thing. Tesla, I think it'll end on its high today or very close to its high today, unless there's some incredible news later in the day about Tesla or about the market. We are going into a 3-day weekend. I will not be reporting. I'll have a show on Monday morning, but it won't be obviously a market update like this on Monday morning. That'll continue again on Tuesday. So I think that the FOMA, the fear of missing out, will continue to be true today on Tesla, and that's why I think it'll finish around its high. Will it go higher? Will it go up above the 6 or 7 points that it's been up this morning? Who knows? But I think it will be somewhere around there at the end of the day. So that's what I got for you this morning. If you like what I'm doing here on these morning shows, please hit the like button so that you can encourage me to be able to, get the cold water on my face in the morning and be ready to go. Hopefully we don't have more technical issues in the future. I'll have a new background later. I don't like this background. Maybe you do. Tell me, hey, you love the background? Let me know. And then let me know your comments, any comments about this morning's show so that I can make decisions or changes if you think I should do it differently. And remember, you're going to want to subscribe. You're going to want to hit notify. Larry Goldberg tomorrow morning, amazing show, but the big one is going to be Sunday morning. I promise you, you don't want to miss the Sunday morning show. All right, that's all I got for you today. It's been great talking to you.